How's it going, YouTube? Matt here for RC Anonymous. What do we have today? We have two hobos on a bench. No, sorry for being silly. These are two Hobaos on the bench. This one here is your newer Hyper SSte Truggy, and this one over here is your older Hyper ST Pro. These are both Truggies. This one would have come nitro. It hasn't been nitro in a long time. This guy came electric. Excuse me. Right, so we'll start with the bodies first. Much newer gen, much fresher look. You know, the body actually does okay. You get a bit of flex. I've had a split there and a bit of damage here, but all in all, this body is holding up well. As you could see on the inside there, I overfilled my center diff at one stage, and that's what happens. Right, the ST Pro body. I finished this off last run and we are barely holding on there. It is a much harder plastic, and I'll have to find myself another one of these bodies. They're a bit hard to find these days, but I have found a few out there. I'm going to sort of be looking at about $100 Australian for a clear one of these sent from overseas. It's a bit pricey, but this vehicle is well worth it. Right, we're under the hood. So, the SSte. Lots of plastic on this one, and I don't rate the plastics they're using. I've always been a massive fan of Hobao plastics, not their newer gen plastics by any means. Firstly, you're probably going, what are these gouges at the front here? This is what happens when you don't put big enough wheels on and you don't double check before you go out. We got some rubbing there, so that's my bad. Now I'll show you the bend in these plastics. So that's a front. That's just absolutely sensational there. And here's a back. You guys can see that. It is just absolutely brilliant. It's what you want. No, it's not. Right, drive shafts. We'll get the drive shaft whinging out of the way. So currently, this drive shaft and both back two are bent on me. This looks to be the only straight drive shaft, though there may be a slight bend in it. Why does this happen? I think it's a combination of them being bee's dick thin and the fact that your arms and everything just bend like crazy in there. Here are two shafts. This is a back one for this Hyper SSte. As you can see, it's very bent, it's very thin. Here's a back one for the ST Pro. Again, this one's a little bit bent. I'm not saying they won't bend, but it is so much thicker, it's not funny. The ST Pro has unis all round. The SSte has unis in the front and dog bones everywhere else. Let's give you a look at the towers. About average, what's that, 4mm, something like that. The front's actually slightly bent, and the rear is quite badly bent, though I'll cop that. I hit a tree, so that's going to do it. Now we'll bring you to the ST Pro, and well, there you go. That is far thicker. That's redonkulous. These towers are CNC machined. They look and they feel sensational, and I doubt you're going to hurt them. Next bit, we're going to look at your steering. Okay, this one's going to be a bit harder for me to show you, but on the SSte, you've got just this little bar that goes from one side to the other. That's your steering rack bar. I'm yet to bend it, but so that's okay, but I'm not a fan of that style, especially when you see over here on your ST Pro we have nice thick alloy piece in there. While we've got the ST Pro here, I will also show you this top plate. Again, your CNC alloy. Your tower braces, both front and rear, massive thick CNC alloy. When we go to the Hyper SSte, what you're going to see is plastic with a bit of alloy underneath. Your plastic alloy combo, because that's just wonderful, and plastic tower braces front and rear. My centre gearbox top plate here is not stock. Where did I get this? That's a BSR Berserker one. I just had to centre the holes out. My BSR Berserker, nothing was really centered with their drilling. It's quite odd, but it is what it is. Turn him around and we'll turn him around. And what are we going to see here? We'll see the back. Both run sway bars. Both have 17mm big bore shocks with 4mm shafts. On both vehicles they do very well. I have no grievances there with them. Here is again, I'll do a flexi on the back with this one. I'll just wrap him around. That's a lot of bend and movement, and I'm going to show you the ST Pro. Now I'm reefing on that. I'm absolutely reefing on it. And nothing, the Hobao, I can just lightly bend it and it flexes like that. It's the same story in the front with both the vehicles. The ST Pro, its arms, the quality of the plastic is far tougher. You get a little bit of flex, which is what you want, but not a lot. Right, what else? Front knuckle hub assembly on the SSte is all plastic. You can see that slop I'm now getting in there. I've tightened everything up the best I can. I'm going to have to put some spacers in here because this is fudging my driving. Over here on the ST Pro, it's more like your Hyper 7 setup. You've got your alloy knuckle there. I've got a little bit of play in here, but I've only just got this guy. I haven't pulled it apart. That's going to be far easier to sort. I believe I'll be able to use Hyper 7 parts if needed to fix that up. We'll see. All in all, look, the pair of the vehicles, I don't recommend, I don't rate, I won't ever tell anyone to go buy a Hyper SSte. It has been nothing but a letdown for me, and I was a big fan of Hobao vehicles. I will tell you, if you can get an ST Pro and you can pick it up second hand, they're generally a very good price. I would jump straight on this bad boy. You were going to love it. It will come with things like spider diffs. What's a spider diff, you ask? Well, spider diff incorporates an extra 2 gears to help slow everything up, get a more even power distribution from front to rear, and I will say they are sensational. Before we go, apologies, I forgot this. Your back arm holders on the Hyper SSte, again, your alloy plastic combo, which is just brilliant. And we'll bring this ST Pro here now, and they're just redonkulous CNC alloy. This vehicle is lighter, I believe. The chassis is tough. It definitely feels lighter right now without electronics and batteries in it. And the chassis on this guy, here you go. Now I might be wrong about that. This guy might actually be a little bit lighter, fully kitted out, but I don't think it's going to be that dramatic a difference by any means. This is the servo tray for your ST Pro. I don't know if that's the original one. This is carbon fibre. It looks cut, so Ben, maybe he made that up there. Works nice, it looks nice, I'll continue using it. Alrighty guys, I hope I've covered what you would want to know or want to see about these vehicles. Just really showing you the drive shafts, the bend in all the arms all round. This is not for bashing. I don't even know how you'd go racing this thing, because if it took a spill on the track, you're going to break something or bend a drive shaft, and then, well, there's your race done. This thing will take a far better hit, will last far longer. It's visually way more appealing. Even in your rear tower here, your alloy in the SSte, we've gone back to plastic. So it's quite a bit of a letdown with $700 odd price tag on this guy now for things like, you know, happy arms and shit. It's just very disappointing. Might be those of you out there that absolutely love this vehicle. Don't get me wrong, it handled out of the box. The handling was just the best I've come across with an RC. I haven't owned every RC, but this handled better than anything else in my fleet. Now I'm having issues with all the slop at the front. I can work on that, but no, I would not recommend this vehicle. I'd get one of these if you want a Hobao, sorry. Get a Hyper 7, they kick ass. These newer gen Hyper SS series, this will go with the truggy, the cage, all that. You're going to break stuff, especially your drive shafts. Right guys, I hope I've covered what you want to see. I'm rambling now. I'm tired. I need to go to work again. If I've missed stuff, you want to know anything else, please let me know in the comments. If I'm wrong, let me know. I appreciate your opinions and your feedback here. Unless it's on the drive shafts, I do not want to hear anyone's comments saying the drive shafts are any good, because they're not. That's just ridiculous. Sorry guys, they're just the worst. Righto, that's it. Matt out for RC Anonymous.